guys, let's talk about goal setting real quick. You know, we want to accomplish a lot of different things all the time. We want to, hang out with our friends, make sure and make time for our family. We want to accomplish things in life, whether it's to have a good career, go to college, get a job, things like that. It pays to kind of pay attention to the way that we make goals sometimes. Now, I'm going to use this as an example to talk about goals, but about 2 weeks ago, I planted this little bush. It's called a baby Jim boxwood, and what it's going to do is it's going to kind of grow up and add a little coverage to this space right here. You see, under this window on my house, it looks pretty empty, and I wanted to fill it with something that was pretty and that looked good and that was kind of pleasing to look at. So I planted this bush, and I've got another one over there on that side that you can't see. Now, right now, this bush is very small, right? It's a little bitty, and it really doesn't cover up much space. But when it's full grown, it's gonna be about this tall, and it's gonna come out to about this side of where I'm sitting right now. So it's gonna cover 2 or 3 feet, both vertically and horizontally. It's gonna cover quite a bit of space, which that's what I wanted to accomplish. That was my goal, was to cover this space, this empty space, with a bush. That's pretty simple, but I have another goal. I have another thing that I want to accomplish. That big empty space right there, I want to cover it as well. So I'm gonna get a bigger kind of bush to cover that space, and I'll plant it, and it'll grow. Now there's a few other steps, right? You can't just plant something and all of a sudden it's gonna turn into what you want. You kinda gotta take care of it, right? You gotta care for it. You have objectives that you need to meet. Now, objectives are smaller steps that lead to accomplishing a bigger goal. So my objectives for this bush and the bush that I wanna plant, I have to water them about once, maybe twice a week. I have to make sure that they don't get too much water. If it rains too much, I want to make sure that the water runs out on the soil, that there's good drainage. I might also want to put down some mulch, or wood chips or something to hold the moisture there to keep them watered well. So I want to make sure that I take care of them. I have those objectives I need to meet to accomplish my overall goal of growing a nice bush that will cover this area. That's the thing about goals. We set these goals, we have these things that we want to accomplish, and we try to complete these goals in order to do the things that we want to do. So with something like having a job or going to school, we have these small steps that we need to take in order to accomplish the bigger goal, right? If we want to go to college, we need to make good grades, don't we? We need to turn in our homework. We might even need to study for our tests. If we want to get a good job, right, we want to build our resume first. So we want to make sure that we've done things that look good to people who want to employ us. If we go out and get in trouble and maybe get arrested or do some things that we probably shouldn't do, that's kind of on our resume, so to speak. People know about that, people hear about that stuff, and it might prevent us from getting a job, right? We want our social media to look good. Your social media profiles, we don't want to be posting and sharing a bunch of stuff or images of ourselves that really doesn't represent who we are or what we can provide in order to meet our goals. Setting goals and meeting goals is very important in your life. You do it your whole life long, whether you realize it or not. We all have these things that we want to complete and accomplish, but we have to take the proper steps to get there. Just like I've got to take care of this little bush in order for it to grow into what I want it to be. All right, you guys have a good day. Take care.